Joining me right now in the flesh, the president and CEO of Nasdaq, Adena Friedman. Adena, great to see you.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
That was really important, that panel talking about what we're seeing in the backdrop for this market and whether or not it continues. You're pretty bullish, right? You're looking for a good 2018?
Yeah, we definitely see a lot of signals of just continued growth, both in the United States and now in Europe and elsewhere in the world. So you have this really nice economic backdrop that I think is carrying us into 2018. And we don't see any reasons to think that that won't continue.
You know, earlier we were talking about the IMF and Christine Lagarde raising expectations for this year, next year, going into 2019. She's looking for almost 4%. Does that mean bigger business for Nasdaq? Does that mean more listings, more activity from your standpoint in capital markets?
Well, certainly economic tailwinds definitely is a great backdrop to be able to go public through. And so in terms of having companies that are interested in going public, there are a lot of companies in our pipeline. Almost 100 companies have filed and are looking to go down the road of going public. So it's just a matter of creating that nice economic backdrop and a market background that makes them feel like it's an inviting place to be. And we definitely see a lot of companies getting themselves ready at this stage.
And here we are in Davos at really one of the more international forums that we come to. You're talking to everybody across the world in terms of business. Are you expecting business from any particular country to be more than others away from the U.S.? For example, I know China is a very important piece of business for you.
Well, sure. Well, we actually are a global business today where we operate in over 20 countries around the world in terms of not only our own markets, but also the technology that we provide to other markets around the world. And we definitely have seen just very good demand drivers across all of our businesses where people are looking to advance their technology, they're looking to advance their markets. And certainly in terms of companies coming to market, we're seeing increasing demand in Asia as well as in Europe.
Yeah, let me ask you about that. You mentioned the technology. This is an area that you've really focused on, whether or not through acquisitions or organic growth. Tell me what you're doing in terms of data analytics and technology at Nasdaq and how that's part of the growth story.
Sure. Well, in terms of the technology business, we really are the only exchange operator that has a significant business of providing our capital markets technology to other markets around the world. So we serve 90 other markets around the world with trading systems, clearing systems, data analytics, and other things that help them run their markets. And that definitely we're seeing a lot of demand for increasing their sophistication in their markets and making their markets as advanced as possible. So that's been a great growth driver. And on the other side of it, market transparency is the other part of the business that we continue to see driving increased demand. Analytics, not just the data itself coming off the markets, but how do you analyze it? How do you get intelligence off of it? And making sure that we can provide analytics that help them navigate the capital markets.
What does that mean for pricing? I mean, that obviously is more value add.
Sure. I mean, in terms of our ability to serve our clients, the deeper we get into the partnerships with our clients, obviously the more of a symbiotic relationship that obviously accrues to our benefit and to our clients' benefit. So turning data into information makes it more valuable. Making their systems as advanced as possible to drive more order flow into their markets makes their business more valuable. So that obviously accrues to our benefit as well.
Is there a worry on the regulatory side of this? What can you tell us in terms of regulation as you continue to get bigger and acquire data-related companies?
Well, I think that the regulatory backdrop in the United States is very clear. We operate in a world where, certainly for the U.S. equities business, we have very clear rules of engagement on making sure our data is available on an equal basis to everyone who wants it, making sure that all of our fees are regulated and approved by the SEC. So we have a very established ecosystem that we operate in from a regulatory perspective for data. In terms of the analytics and other things we can do and bring third-party data in that context, we're competing with a lot of other data providers to find that intelligence that we can deliver to the market.
I want to ask you about the risks out there. Brian Moynihan, the CEO of Bank of America, mentioned them earlier. He weighed in on the panel this morning. Here's what he said about global markets.
Everybody predicts world growth to grow year over year. Everybody predicts, especially the United States, to grow at a faster pace with some of the things that have gone on with tax reform and regulatory reform. So that construct is good. And then the real question is what's going to stop the consumers in Europe and the United States and other markets from spending? And their confidence is up. The unemployment levels, are touching 4% in the U.S. and are lows, 20, 30, 40-year lows around the world in various places. And so that's really what's going to drive it.
I feel like, Adena, your thoughts on what you just heard, but I feel like interest rates and wage pressure will soon become the topics du jour. We got a good economy, strengthening 4% expectations. At some point, you hope to see wages go higher, but that will mean higher interest rates. And does that work to snap this incredible run that we've had?
Well, I think, first of all, I think the government's going to be very, very cautious and careful in how they manage the interest rates as we are seeing the growth becoming more and more sustainable over time. So we're having this, we're kind of rising ourselves into a really nice steady growth phase. We obviously hope that some of the tax reform makes the United States even more competitive, which then drives even more growth. But I think that the government's very aware of the need to be very steady in their approach to interest rates on the back of that. And yes, you do hope that this ultimately accrues to the benefit of workers and consumers as they have more money to spend.
But you almost feel like, it's for good reason that interest rates are going up. So maybe markets will not get so disrupted because that's what you want to see.
At the end of the day, we've been living in an ultra-low interest rate environment for many, many years. So I think that the idea that we can slowly get to a more normalized state, I think, is good for the overall long-term health of the economy, it's particularly if we can continue on this growth trend.
What's your take in terms of trade? We saw the news this morning that the Trump administration putting in these new tariffs on really Asian countries, washing machines from South Korea and solar panels from China.
Well, personally, I think that we need to make sure that we're living in a competitive world, and it is a global economy and it's a global dynamic. So making sure that we open ourselves up to both trade in both directions, trying to make it as fair as possible, I think, is one of the goals of the government, but making it so that we don't lock ourselves away from the ability to trade. I think that definitely is a huge driver of growth in the American economy, to allow for our own companies to export and then to allow for the free flow of goods in general.
Yeah, you wonder if this is the beginning of something new here. I got to get your take on the cryptocurrency craze, Bitcoin, obviously. The Journal reported a few months ago that you're planning on launching Bitcoin futures. What can you tell us about that?
Right. As of right now, we're still in the mode of exploring that. So we've been talking with clients. We want to make sure that if we choose to enter into the market in terms of providing a future in the market, that we, number one, have client demand, and number two, that we put the right risk management protocols in place to make it so that people feel confidence in what we're providing and how that becomes an investable product. So we're still in that exploratory phase of working with our clients right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a real debate. Do you believe in the blockchain?
Well, the blockchain and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are very different things. So the blockchain is a foundational technology that we see as really having the great promise to create a lot more efficiency in global trade, really.
All right, we'll leave it there. Adena, always a pleasure.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for joining us. Adena Friedman, CEO of Nasdaq. We'll take